broadcast for game number 1 of tonight's...
Good evening, everybody. Northeast Iowa Conference Baseball is on the air. Tonight we come to you from Hurdle Field on the campus of Wartburg College in Waverly for the Decorah Vikings and the Waverly-Shell Rock-Game. The Vikings come into the matchup winning 3 games in a row. They are 14-9 overall and 6-8 in Northeast Iowa Conference play. The Go-Hawks 17-8 on the season. They are 9-3 in conference play. These two teams got together in Decorah on Monday night, the 13th, and it was a Go-Hawk 4-0 victory in that ball game. It was a Dalton Graven shutout in that game for Waverly-Shell Rock. None of the 4 runs had RBIs in that game. The Vikings let themselves down defensively, and the Go-Hawks consistently put the ball in play, and Graven's pitching earned the victory in that one. Tanner Kruger going to go to the mound in this one for the Go-Hawks. Kruger, a senior right-hander, will face this Decorah lineup. Cam Korsness at second base. Gabe Varney in center. Dawson Meyer at short. Jake Marlowe at first base. Brandon Hogan, the pitcher. Ian Smith, the catcher. Trevor Phillips in right field. Ryan Thorsten at third base, and Cole Minks in left field. We're waiting to start this game as Coach O just got out of the first base Decorah dugout, and we'll walk down to the third base coaching box, and away we go. Cam Korsness in from the right-hand side of the plate. We're about ready to go, and as the first pitch is in there for a strike. According to home plate umpire Jim Oberman, it is no balls and 1 strike to Korsness. Kruger ready in the 0-1 offering in the turf. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson Little in left, Cole Havlovic in center, Jordan Chandler in right for the Go-Hawks. Dalton Steer at third, Dalton Graven at short as the fastball goes up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Camry Moore at second, Josh Burish at first. Hunter Destival behind the plate. And on the hill is Kruger. His pitch goes outside. 3 balls, 1 strike on Cam Korsness, the first batter of the game. The 3-1 delivery lown away for ball 4. So Decorah gets their first runner on a 5-pitch walk given to Cameron Korsness. 1 on and nobody out. Decorah currently on a 3-game winning streak. Their longest winning streak of the season has been 4. That was to start the season. 2 wins against Key High, 1 against Mason City, and 1 against Southwind. As the pitch goes outside as Varney was looking to punt. 1 ball, no strike. Steer playing very close at third base. In fact, he's probably about 45 feet up the line. Burish holding the runner on at first as well as Varney bunts and bunts foul. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Partly cloudy sky, very comfortable temperatures for July 1st. When temperatures are in the 70s, you can't complain too much about that. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Korsness 3 strides off of first base. Kruger comes set, and the 1-1 delivery bunted towards third. Picking it up is Steer. He looks towards second, doesn't have a play. He'll throw to first base with Burish covering, and the sacrifice is complete.
First out of the inning. Into the plate.
Korsness up to second with 1 down, and Dawson Meyer will be the batter. No score here in the first inning. Meyer, a right-hander against the right-hander Kruger. Dawson into the right-hand side of the batter's box. The shortstop Graven playing cat and mouse with Korsness out at second base. The pause by Kruger, a look back there, and a pitch rolled through the middle, and a base hit. A stop sign given to Korsness at third. The Vikes in business, first and third with 1 down here in the first inning. So Dawson Meyer with a single, sending Korsness to third. And the batter will be Jake Marlowe. First and third with 1 down. Marlowe with a right-hand hitter against a right-hand pitcher in Kruger. Destival gives the signs to the infield in case the Vikes have anything up their sleeve in the first and third situation. Go Hawks will play up at the corners, back up the middle, hoping for the double play. The pitch to Marlowe is a fastball up. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Go Hawks tied for the conference lead in the loss column. New Hampton 11-3. The Go Hawks are 9-3. Starting play tonight, Meyer takes off, pitch taking a strike, throw down to second base is in time as Meyer thrown out by Destival to the shortstop Graven. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 down and a runner at third here in the first inning. One ball, 1 strike, the count on Marlowe. Korsnes remained at third as the throw went down, and now Kruger will shift back to the windup. 1-1 delivery, Trapper towards third on 2, hops fielded by Steer. He'll throw across the diamond to retire Marlowe, and that's that for the first inning. So a promising start, but no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. It's Decorah nothing and Waverly-Shell Rock coming to bat. And the Go Hawks will bat this way. Dalton Graven at shortstop. Dalton Steer at third base. Camry Moore at second. Josh Burish at first base. Jackson Little in left field. Cole Havlovic in center field. Tanner Kruger the pitcher. Hunter Destival the catcher. John Stensland the designated hitter. And Jordan Chandler will be the man he's batting for. That lineup will face Brandon Hogan, 3-3 with a 2.33 ERA. He's coming off of 2 consecutive victories, a 9-inning win on the 25th of this month, last Friday night, the 25th of last month, against the Owine Huskies. And then he came back with a win over Walk-On Tuesday night. 45 innings, 31 hits, 15 earned runs, only 9 walks and 41 strikeouts for Hogan on the season. One of his losses came to this Waverly-Shell Rock squad. He threw 7 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout against the Go Hawks back on the 13th of June. He gets the ball here in game 1 for Decorah. Cole Minks in left, Gabe Varney in center, and Trevor Phillips in right. At third base, Ryan Thorsten. Dawson Meyer is the shortstop. The second baseman, Cam Korsnes. The first baseman is Jake Marlowe. Behind the plate is Ian Smith. And Brandon Hogan will be on the hill. Dalton Graven will be the batter to start things here in the bottom half of the first inning. Graven was 0 for 3 against Hogan up in Decorah. Righty-righty matchup to start the bottom of the first. No score. Vikes got 2 runners on, but couldn't convert in the first inning as that one a foul ball as Graven tried to stop his swing, but was unsuccessful in his attempt. No balls and 1 strike to start the bottom of the first inning. Go Hawks will be hosting the Districts here back 2 weeks from tonight. The 0-1 delivery swung on and a foul ball right side and out of play, so it's no balls and 2 strikes. That's unofficial yet, but I'm pretty confident in my calculations. That night it should be Decorah and Crestwood here at 5 o'clock, and then Waverly-Shell Rock and Charles City at 7. The 0-2 delivery, swinging a fly ball, left center field, angling over is Gabe Varney. Varney is under it, and he drops the ball. He absolutely dropped the ball, and ending up at second will be Dalton Graven. Varney was under that ball, but just flat out dropped it.
Next up for the Go Hawks, third baseman, number 11, Dalton Steer.
Going to beat the co-conference leaders. That can't happen. Runner at second, nobody out, and the batter is Dalton Steer. No score, bottom of the first inning. Hogan comes set in the pitch, hits Steer in the back. So first and second with nobody out. Steer was 1 for 4 against Hogan up in Decorah. The old curveball that didn't curve. So, Vikes being pretty generous here in the bottom of the first inning. A dropped fly ball and a hit batter, and now Camry Moore with an opportunity for Waverly-Shell Rock. Graven at second, Steer at first. Hogan comes set in the pitch. A curveball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. adding to the hurt of that fly ball out in center field. That came on an 0-2 pitch as well. The 0-1 delivery is a fastball up from Hogan. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Conference standings starting tonight. New Hampton at 11-3. Waverly-Shell Rock at 9-3. 1-1 delivery swung on and missed. Good deuce from Hogan, and it's 1-2. Owine at 7-6. Crestwood at 8-7. Decorah at 6-8. Charles City at 4-8. And Walk On at 2-12. 1-2 delivery, swinging a pop up on the infield. Foul ground. Ian Smith is under it. He'll make the catch in the left-hand batter's box for the first out here in the first inning. So 1 down, runners at first and second, and the batter is Josh Burish.
And batting, first baseman.
No score here in the bottom of the first, but the Go Hawks have gotten their first 2 runners on a dropped fly ball and a hit batter. The pause by Hogan, the first offering to Burish is a curveball outer half for a strike, 0-1. New Hampton hosting Charles City tonight. Owine at Walk On. Pitch swung on and missed. Looked like a little bit of a slider action. That time from Hogan, tailing away from the right-hand hitter, so it's no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 delivery. Outside corner, strike 3 called. So Burish down on strikes. 2 down. Runner still at first and second, and the first left-hand batter of the night, Jackson Little, will stand in. First and second, 2 down, no score, bottom of the first inning. Hogan delivers, and the pitch outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. So the Vikings got 2 runners on in the top of the first inning. Go Hawks do the same. Little trying to convert for Waverly-Shell Rock. The 1-0 delivery, ground ball to the right side. Multi-hopper picked up there by Korsnes. He picks it up, he throws to first base, and he throws wild and into the dugout. Raven scores to third, Steer to second, Little. And since the ball went into the dugout, Steer will be allowed to score as well. It's a 2-0 lead for Waverly-Shell Rock.
First run of the game belongs to the Go Hawks. And batting, center fielder, number 23, Cole Havlovic.
The Vikings couldn't be any more generous here in this first inning. 2 errors and a hit batter and 2 runs scored. At Cole Havlovic looks at a strike, 0-1. Steer was allowed to come home since the ball went out of play, and he was going to third, and he's awarded the extra base. Ground ball towards short, bobbled there by Dawson Meyer, and everyone's going to be safe. Little to third, Havlovic to first. 2 runs have scored here in the inning. And 3 errors for Decorah. And you really got to feel for Brandon Hogan. He's making the pitches to get out of the frame, and he's just frankly not getting any help. Kruger will be the batter. And the first pitch taken, a low, 1 ball, no strikes. Inning started with a dropped fly ball. Then Steer was hit by a pitch. After Moore fouled out and Burris struck out, the pitch in there for a strike to Kruger. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Cameron Korsnes bobbled the ball and threw a ball away in the first inning. The 1-1 delivery, pitch outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Actually, with the bobble and the throw, you can actually give Cameron 2 errors on the same play there. So 4 errors in the inning for Decorah. 2-1 delivery, swung on, smoke, deep left center field. Retreating is Minks. He is under it, and he actually makes the catch. A generous first inning defensively for Decorah. 2 runs, no hits, 4 errors, and 2 runners left on base. We are 1 inning complete. Waverly-Shell Rock leading 2-0.
Shell Rock takes the lead, 2-0.
Go Hawks score 2 runs without the benefit of a base hit, 4 errors, and 1 hit batter in the first inning as Hogan smacks one into left field and a base hit. So for the second consecutive inning, the Vikes get their leadoff runner on. Hogan with a single to left to start things here in the second inning.
For the Vikings, the catcher, number 5, Ian Smith.
Decorah with 2 hits and the Go Hawks with none thus far. Ian Smith will be the batter. Right-hander versus right-hander. Runner at first with nobody out. A 2-0 lead for the Go Hawks. Playing close at third is Steer, as it looks like Bryce Hosting will be the courtesy runner at first base for Hogan. As the change being reported to the dugout by home plate umpire Jim Oberman. Steer in close at third, Hosting a lead at first. The pause by Kruger and the pitch. Ground ball towards third, picked up there by Steer. Goes to second and Moore for one out, who throws to first for a double play. 5-4-3, and just like that, 2 down and nobody on. Baseball's a simple game when you make routine plays. And credit the Go Hawks for doing so. 2 down, nobody on, and Trevor Phillips will be the batter. Phillips, right-hand hitter against the right-hander Kruger, and he'll fly one into center field. And it's caught right there by Havlovic. 3 pitches get the Vikings out here in the second inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Go Hawks leading by a 2-0 margin. 8-9-1 due for the Go Hawks here in the bottom of the second inning. 4 Viking errors lead to 2 Go Hawk runs in the bottom of the first. They lead at 2-0. Hunter Destival, John Stensland, then the top of the order, and Dalton Graven here in the second inning. Brandon Hogan had to throw 18 pitches in that inning. He struck out 1, he walked 1, and 3 other base runners reached on errors. As Destival smacks one down the left field line, it's a fair ball, and it goes into the left field corner. Destival a turn at first base. He's going to be in sliding head first without a play for a double. So Destival gets the first hit of the game for the Go Hawks. He got a hanger in his wheelhouse to start the inning. And Destival on at second base with nobody out. And I believe it's Ryan Willis running for him out at second base. John Stensland, the batter, with a runner at second with nobody out. And a bunt right in front of the plate by Chandler. He slips out of the box. Hogan will pick it up and softly toss to first base. And Marlowe to retire Stensland. But moving up to third will be Ryan Willis. Willis to third. And a runner retired here in the second inning. But 2-0 lead for the Go Hawks. Dalton Graven reached on a drop fly ball in the first inning. Graven swings, pops one up, foul territory, right side, not a play. No balls, 1 strike on Graven. The pitch, swinging a foul back to the protective netting behind home plate. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on Graven. This was the count when he reached on the drop fly ball in the first inning. Hogan working out of the stretch. The 0-2 delivery. Smack towards left center field. That'll be landing for a base hit. Scoring easily will be Willis. Coming to second is Graven. He will score or reach there without a play. An RBI double for Graven. It's a 3-0 lead for the Go Hawks. So 3-0 Waverly-Shell Rock on 2 doubles here in the second inning. And the batter is Dalton Steer, who was hit by a pitch and scored in that first inning. Steer swings the first one, pops one up right side of the infield. Underneath it is Cam Korsness. He will make the catch. And there's 2 down here in inning number 2. So 2 down and a runner at second for Camry Moore, who fouled out in the first, 0 for 1. 3-0 Go Hawks. Hits are even at 2. The story of the game, 4 errors in the first inning for Decorah. The pause and the pitch. Moore rolls one towards left field, pass to diving Myron into left for a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is the runner Graven. He will score on a 2-out RBI single for Moore, and it's now a 4-0 lead for Waverly-Shell Rock. So Moore getting the 2-out single And now 3 of the 4 runs for the Go-Hawks have come with 2 outs. Burris struck out looking in the first. And a move to first base will send Camry Moore back diving to the bag. The pause and the pitch. Just missed the outside edge. 1 ball, no strikes. One-oh. Sails outside for 2 balls, no strikes on the Go-Hawk cleanup hitter. Go-Hawks leading early 4-0. They're earning it here in the second inning. The Vikings gave it to him here in inning number 2 as a curveball doesn't curve and gets Burrish on the jersey, and Hogan hits his second man.
After the walk to Burrish, batting for the Go-Hawks.
Moore up to second, Burrish down to first. The inning continues for Jackson Little, who reached on an error to allow 2 runs to score in the first inning. And the first pitch taken up. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Little. Away from second Moore, away from first is Burrish. The pitch outside, it's 2 balls, no strikes. Burrish, the 7th batter of the inning, the 2-0 high and away. And now it's 3 balls and no strikes. As Hogan doing a little bit more aiming than pitching at this point. 3-0 delivery, outside corner for a strike. It's now 3-1 on Little as he was taken the whole way. 3-1 with 2 down. The 3-1 delivery, swinging a fly ball towards center field. Coming in a bit now, retreating is Varney. He'll make a 2-handed belt-high catch to retire the side. But the Go-Hawks score 2 more on 3 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We head to the 3rd inning. It is Waverly-Shell Rock 4, Decorah nothing. Ryan Thurston looks at the first pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Go-Hawks leading 4-0. They're out hitting Decorah 3-0. Decorah out airing Go-Hawks 4-0. 1-0 ground ball towards third. Charging there is the third baseman Steer. He'll throw across the diamond. It's a low throw, but it's fielded with ease by Burrish at first base. 1 down here in the 3rd inning. 1 down, nobody on, and Cole Minks will be the batter, the number 9 hitter in the Decorah lineup. Minks in from the right-hand side of the plate. Swings and fouls the first pitch off. It's no balls and 1 strike. Kruger allowed 2 runners on in that first inning. But got out of it on a caught stealing and a ground out to end it. The pitch swung on, hit well down the left field line, but foul into the Go-Hawk bullpen. Actually, it hit the light pole down towards the left field area and caromed back into play. No balls, 2 strikes to count with 1 down. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Go-Hawks leading by a 4-0 margin. First of a Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader here tonight. And the 0-2 delivery. Ground ball towards third again. A backhand attempt made by Steer. He knocks it down. He throws across the diamond, but throws late. So Steer, who has handled his first 3 chances with ease, going to get charged with an error on that one. So Minks will reach with 1 out in the 3rd, in the top of the order, and Cam Korsnes will be the batter.
Come back to the top of the order, second baseman.
Korsnes walked in the first inning. A runner at first by Minks with 1 down as Korsnes slices 1 down the right field line. Foul. It'll be out of the reach of Jordan Chandler, who made an effort to get there but couldn't quite do it. Leaving his hat behind in right field. No balls, 1 strike to count. So Decorah has gotten 4 of their first 9 base runners on, but a double play and a caught stealing haven't helped the cause. No balls and 1 strike to count. Kruger out of the stretch. And the 0-1 to Korsnes is low in the dirt. Destival with a nice stop to prevent that from going any further. Of course, dirt, an incorrect term on this field. The 1-1 delivery, and that one causes Cameron to be pushed out of the way, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. This is a turf infield and a grass outfield here at Hurdle Field in Waverly. The stretch and the 2-1 delivery, swinging a foul at the plate. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Korsnes. You have brown turf as you would as if it was a dirt infield. You have brown turf between the mound and home plate, and green turf where the grass would usually be. 2-2, slow roller down to first base. Burish will make the play. Step 3 steps to his left to retire Korsnes. Moving up to second base on the play is Minks. He'll be there with 2 down for Gabe Varney. Varney sacrificed a runner up in the first inning. 4-0 Go Hawks, top half of the third inning. A nice night for baseball here on the 1st of July. Good way to start your 4th of July weekend. And whatever you're doing tonight, we're glad you're with us on AM 1240 KDC and at KDCRadio.com. The pause and the pitch to Varney. A floater outside to the left-hand hitting Varney. 1 ball, no strikes. The pause, the 1-0. Inside and low. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Kruger, the senior right-hander, against the senior left-hand hitting center fielder in Varney. 2-0, low and away. It's 3 balls and no strikes with Meyer on deck. Away from second, Minks. Kruger comes set. A look back at second in the 3-0. That one caught the corner outside edge. And we proceed at 3 balls and 1 strike. The pause, the 3-1. Ground ball up the middle. Moore moves to his left to field the 4-hopper. Throws to first base, not in time to get Varney. Minks moves up to third on the play. The Vikes will have him at the corners with 2 down. And Dawson Meyer will have a 2-out RBI opportunity. Meyer had a single to center back in the first inning. He's 1 for 1. He has 1 of 3 hits thus far against Kruger. Varney, 2 steps off the bag at first. Kruger will work out of the stretch. The pause and the pitch. Meyer hits a slow roller towards third. It's fielded there by Steer. He'll throw on the run to first base to retire Meyer. And the side is out here in the third inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left. 2.5 innings complete. Go Hawks leading 4-0. Go Hawks leading by a 4-0 margin as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Coming up next week, we'll be on the air Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights. Tuesday night, it'll be Decorah at Clayton Ridge in baseball at 6 o'clock. Then Wednesday night, Decorah at West Delaware in baseball at 7:30. Thursday night, the Decorah softball team will open up their postseason play, taking on Mason City at Mason City at 7 o'clock. As the pitch goes low to Cole Havlovic, 1 ball, no strikes. Havlovic reached on an error in the first inning. The 1-0 delivery, swinging a ground ball foul towards the Go Hawk third base dugout. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Friday night will be the final conference home game of the year as Decorah will take on Charles City. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. The 1-1 delivery swung on, smacked toward short. Dropped in the air by Meyer. He'll pick it up. He'll throw to first base to retire Havlovic. And there's 1 down here in the inning. Had Havlovic ran the whole way, he would have probably beat that play out. As Meyer dropped the ball in the air, but he picked it up and had plenty of time since Havlovic didn't go right away. 1 down, nobody on. Tanner Kruger will try to help his own cause. He flew out to left end, the first 0 for 1, and takes a curve for a strike, 0-1. Go Hawks up 4-0 here in the third. The 0-1 from Hogan goes low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, I'm pretty confident in my calculations that the district baseball will be here at Waverly on the 15th and the 18th. Ground ball left side, fielded there by Meyer. He'll wind up and throw to first base, and on a bang-bang play, Kruger beat it out. So unlike Havlovic, Kruger hustled the whole way and gets an infield single. And Jack Seward,
Number 3, Jack Seward.
or Seward, I should say, will be his courtesy runner at first base. 1 on, 1 out here in the third inning. And the batter will be Hunter Destival. He got a RBI double in the second inning, 1 for 1. Go Hawks looking to add on to their 4-0 lead. This is Vikings Radio 1240 KDC Decorah and KDCRadio.com. Hogan moved to first base. Back to the bag diving is Seward. Northeast Iowa Conference baseball tonight. Decorah trailing Waverly-Shell Rock here in Waverly 4-0. Curveball low and away. It is 1 ball and no strikes. This is the first of a conference doubleheader tonight. Go Hawks, the co-leaders in the conference. Another move to first base, and Seward back to the bag diving. They're technically a game behind New Hampton, but they're even in the loss column. This one off the end of the bat, rolled to the right side. Bobbled there by Hogan. He'll shuffle to first base, and the out recorded. Destival dove to the bag trying to get there, but was unsuccessful in his attempt as Hogan bobbled the routine grounder and put a lot more drama in that play than there should have been. A runner at second, 2 down, and John Stensland will be the batter. He sacrificed a runner up in the second inning. 4-0 Go Hawks, bottom of the third. And the first pitch to Stensland catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Vikes trying to put a goose egg on the line score for the Go Hawks for the first time tonight. Pitch low and in the turf, 1 ball, 1 strike. Decorah expected to play Cresco down here 2 weeks from tonight, and Waverly-Shell Rock will play Charles City that night. According to my calculations, this is the last game for seeding purposes as the pitch goes high, 2-1, but the seeds were pretty much set after Wednesday night's ball games. The 2-1 curve for a strike. It's 2-2 now. 2-2 with a runner at second and 2 down. Seward away from second. The 2-2 delivery. Fastball outside edge. Strike 3 called. Hogan gets his second strikeout. And the side is out here in the third inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We're 3 innings complete.
In the third inning.
It is a Go Hawk lead of 4-0.
Up 1 hit.
3 innings complete. It's 4-0 Waverly-Shell Rock. That was the same final that the Go Hawks beat Decorah in. The first matchup between these two teams back on the 13th of June in Decorah. Jake Marlowe ended the first inning by grounding the third 0 for 1. He'll be followed by Hogan and Smith here in inning number 4 as the pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. From Kruger, who's given up 3 hits, no runs. He's walked 1, hasn't struck out anybody. His defense has committed 1 error behind him. Pitch low and in the turf. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. He's only thrown 32 pitches to this point as well. He had a 3-pitch second inning. Another one low and in the turf. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to count. 4-4-1 for the Go Hawks, 0-3-4 for Decorah. 4-error first inning. The pitch smacked towards third, caught there by Steer, and 1 down in the 5th inning, or in the 4th inning. L5 in the scorebook off the bat of Marlowe. 1 down, and the batter is Brandon Hogan. Hogan singled to left. His first time up. Hogan, a right-hand hitter against the senior right-hander Kruger. And the first pitch sails high. 1 ball, no strikes. After this one, season's getting down there. 4 games next week for Decorah, and then 2 the week after as the pitch goes low. It is 2 balls, no strikes on Brandon Hogan. 2-0 with 1 down. Hogan squares to bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. He must add the take sign. And it's 2-1. At Clayton Ridge Tuesday night, at West Delaware Wednesday night. And the pitch swung on, sliced down in the right center field. It'll land in front of the center fielder Havlovic for a base hit. So Hogan now 2 for 2. And the Vikes have evened up the Go Hawks in the hit column at 4. Go Hawks lead the stat that counts 4-0. 1 on, 1 out for Ian Smith. Smith grounded into a double play in the first inning, 0 for 1. Steer in on the green turf at third as the pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Holding the runner on at first is Burrish. Hosting running for Hogan at first base. Kruger out of the stretch gets the side from Destival, and the 1-1 is low in the dirt. It goes to the left of Destival, and up to second base will go Bryce Hosting. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Ian Smith now, and he'll bat with a runner in scoring position and less than 2 outs. One and 1 the count on Ian Smith. Hosting 3 strides away from second. Moore plays cat and mouse with him back there, the second baseman. 1-1 low. It is 2 balls and 1 strike now on Smith with Trevor Phillips to follow. This is the first runner the Vikes have gotten to second in a while. Here's a ground ball back to Kruger. Kruger now is hosting in a rundown. He'll throw to the shortstop Graven, who runs towards third. He shuffles towards third, and the out recorded there. As Steer applies the tag on Hosting, a fielder's choice 1-6-5. Kruger to Graven to Steer to get the out. Smith reaches first base, and the runner for him at first base will be Andrew Benelli. And now Trevor Phillips will bat. He flew out to center his first time up in the second, 0 for 1. So the runner at second erased. Credit Kruger for making the look towards second base. Hosting wasn't very far off the bag, but he froze Hosting enough, did Kruger, to force him into that rundown by making the throw. Phillips hits one off the end of the bat, first base side, fielded in fair ground by Burrish, and he'll win the race with Phillips to the bag. And the side is out here in the 4th inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We're halfway home in game 1 of this Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader. Waverly-Shell Rock leading by a 4-0 margin. Bottom of the 4th inning we go. A 4-0 lead for Waverly-Shell Rock. We have reached the point of the summer where the remainder of the summer sports schedule will all be broadcast on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.com. Don't forget to check out our links in the sports page of KDECradio.com. We will have game archives updated. We will also have interview links and other sorts of information. We've got our sports schedule set through the winter sports schedule of next year. A 4-0 lead for Waverly-Shell Rock. Top of the order due for the Go Hawks here in inning number 4. Dalton Graven reached on a drop fly ball and scored in the first, had an RBI double and scored in the second. So he's been involved in 3 of the 4 runs, and he smacked one into left field for a base hit. So Graven now has been on base 3 times. He's 2 for 3. And the Go Hawks have gotten their leadoff runner on. For the 3rd time in 4 innings. Dalton Steer was hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Popped to second in the second. A move to first base will send Graven back diving to the bag. Hogan comes plateward with this one as a curve misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. If the Vikings get swept here tonight, the best they can finish in league play is 5th place. As another move to first base will send Graven back diving to the bag. If they win 1 here tonight, they can tie Crestwood for 4th. As the pitch swung on, fly ball left field, it'll be a base hit. So back-to-back singles here in the 4th inning for the Go Hawks. Go Hawks now with 6 hits off of Hogan in 3 innings. And the batter will be Camry Moore. Moore fouled to the catcher in the 2nd inning and an RBI single in the 2nd. Moore, a young man, went out for baseball first time last year and was a part of a state championship team here at Waverly-Shell Rock. Pitch high and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Hogan comes set, a look back at second, the 1-0, ground ball, third base side. Meyer will field. He'll throw to first base, out recorded at first. Meyer only realistically had 1 play, and he got the out there. As Graven moves up to third and steer down to second. 1 down in the inning, and Josh Burrish will be the batter. 4-0 Go Hawks, bottom of the 4th inning. Burrish struck out looking in the first and was hit by a pitch in inning number 2. Infield in at 3 spots for the Vikings as Burrish looks at a strike outside edge. No balls and 1 strike. Meyer playing kind of halfway at short. Korzen is still back at second. The 0-1 swung on fly ball right center field. After it is Phillips. He won't get there. It's going all the way to the fence. 2 runs will score. Burrish coming to third. Relay throw from Korsness. There won't be one. Burrish with a 2-run triple, and it's a 6-0 lead for Waverly-Shell Rock. So deuces in the first, the second, and in the 4th inning for Waverly-Shell Rock. Still only 1 out, and Jackson Little will be the batter. Look at the first one up, 1 ball, no strikes. Little reached on an error in the first, flew out to center in the second. The 1-0 delivery. Outside again, it's 2 balls and no strikes. Hogan about ready to throw his 58th pitch of the game. Smack towards second, fielded there by Korsness. Another run will score as Little retired at first on the ground ball. RBI for Little. And it's a 7-0 lead for the Go Hawks. 7-7-1 for Waverly-Shell Rock, 0-4-4 for Decorah. And the batter is Cole Havlovic, who reached on an error in the first, grounded to short in the 3rd. The first offering. Curveball for a strike, 0-1. The Vikes opened the door early with some very poor defense, but Go Hawks have been knocking it around ever since that time. The 0-1 delivery, curveball catches the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the 3rd for Waverly-Shell Rock. The 0-2 delivery outside for 1 ball, 2 strikes on Havlovic. Tanner Kruger hoping for a turn on deck. 1-2 delivery, ground ball towards third, fielded on multi-hops by Thorsten, and his throw is wild and up the first base line. Havlovic will be at second base after the 5th error of the game for Decorah. Ryan fielded that cleanly, but he threw it wild to the outfield side of first base. I think he hurried the throw. And Tanner Kruger looks at the first pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Hogan ready in the 1-0, swinging a pop-up foul, right side and out of play, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, 5 errors for Decorah. You're not going to beat anybody committing that many. That's much less a good baseball team in Waverly-Shell Rock. Pitch goes inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one. Ground ball foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 with 2 down. Go Hawks have broken it open, and they lead it 7-0. Hogan comes set, and the pitch. That one goes high, or was it a foul ball?
No! It's his call, not yours.
And Jim Oberman is going to decide that it's a strikeout. And Oberman said he dropped that ball. He didn't touch the ball, and Smith alertly dug it out of the turf and tagged him out. So that's going to be that for the fourth inning. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We head to the fifth inning. It's 7-0 Waverly-Shell Rock.
In the fourth inning, before number 17, Brady Leonard.
Brady Leonard, a sophomore left-hander, coming into the game for the Go Hawks after Tanner Kruger goes 4, gives up 4 hits, no runs, walks 1, and strikes out nobody. I believe Kruger has moved out to right field. And I think that means Brady Leonard will be in the spot that is getting hit for by John Stensland, the DH, since Chandler, the right fielder, was getting hit for and Kruger was already in the lineup. Then all Go Hawks this one. They've done enough to help themselves, and the Vikings have done enough to help them out as well. As Ryan Thorston will be the batter. He grounded to third in the third, 0 for 1. The left-hander Leonard throws high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Leonard in at Destival for the sign. And the 1-0 delivery. Outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. Vikes have only been shut out twice this year. One time it was against the Go Hawks, the other time against New Hampton. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch off the end of the bat right in front of the plate. Leonard will field, turn, and throw to first base, and the out recorded, 1 away. Go Hawks making all the plays defensively, and bottom line, many of them have been routine. The Vikes have 5 errors tonight, and they've all been committed on routine plays. I harp on this a lot, but it's the truth in this great game of baseball. You don't beat yourself, you're going to be difficult to beat. And when you don't make a lot of mistakes, other teams are likely going to make them. And Go Hawks are doing that tonight. First pitch outside to Minks. 1 ball, no strikes. He reached on an error in the third. He swings and fouls the pitch off. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Back into the protective netting behind home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. 7-0 Waverly-Shell Rock here in the fifth inning. The pitch swung on and missed. A good curveball from Leonard, and it's 1-2. 7-7-1 for Waverly-Shell Rock. 0-4-5 for Decorah. 1-2 in the pitch. Smacked towards third and foul, just to the left of the bag, up the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. One and 2 with 1 down. Couple of deep breaths from Leonard. He'll wind in delivering the pitch. Swung on and missed at a pitch in the turf. Destable down to Burrish to complete the putout. And there's 2 down here in the fifth inning. The Vikes have yet to score against the Go Hawks this year.
2 up now as we circle back to the top of the order.
This is their 12th turn at bat. And Cam Korsnes will be the batter. Walked in the first, grounded to first in the third. 0 for 1. 7-0 Go Hawks as we play the fifth. Cam looks at a strike, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 delivery. Swung on, smacked out in the left field. After it is Little. He'll dive, and he will make the catch. Out in shallow left field. Fine play by Jackson Little, and the Vikes go quietly in the fifth. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom half of the fifth inning. It's 7-0 Waverly-Shell Rock. 7-0 Waverly-Shell Rock as we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. 8-9-1 due for the Go Hawks. Hunter Destable, John Stensland. Then the top of the order, and Dalton Graven against Brandon Hogan, who throws a strike, 0-1. Hogan's given up 7 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned. Hasn't walked anybody, but has hit 2 men and has struck out 3. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Destival, a double. His courtesy runner scored in the first, grounded to the pitcher in the third. As that one smacked down the left field line, but foul. That one ended up near the warning track, about 20 feet to the left of the 340 sign in deep left field, but didn't get it between the chalk. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. As Hogan was ready to go, but dropped the ball as part of his motion, so that's going to be a ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. He was in his windup and the ball dropped, so that's going to be an automatic ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count, and the breaking ball grounded towards third. Knocked down there by Thorsten. He gets to his feet. He throws to first. He's out. Alas, a fine defensive play for Decorah. I'm going to harp on their bad defense. Got to give them credit for their good defense and hang a star on that play from Ryan Thorsten. Taking away a base hit from Hunter Destival. 1 down, nobody on. John Stensland will be the batter. He's 0 for 1, had a sacrifice in the second, struck out looking in the third, and swung and fouled the first pitch back. No balls and 1 strike. Quiet crowd tonight, but with the comfortable margin that you would expect that. The 0-1 delivery goes low. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Hogan, who's up to the 72 pitch mark right now. Go Hawks trying to put a stop to Decorah's 3-game winning streak. Ground ball, third base side. Charging there is Thorsten. He picks it up. He throws to first base, and the throw is low, and Marlowe can't handle it. The umpire did have the arm up for the out, had Marlowe been able to hang on to it, but since he didn't, that's going to go as the 6th error of the night for Decorah. A runner at first. And 1 down, now the top of the order, and Dalton Graven. Graven's had a part in 4 of the 7 runs tonight. He swings and fouls the first pitch away, right side, not a play, no balls and 1 strike. He reached on a drop fly ball and scored a run in the first. RBI double, scored a run in the second, and a single and a run scored in the 4th inning. Go Hawks 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the 4th as the floater goes high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 out and 1 on, 5th inning, Go Hawks with a comfortable margin. They lead at 7-0. 1-1 delivery, breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 1-2 now. One and two with 1 down. Hogan gets the sign from Ian Smith, comes set, and the 1-2 delivery is outside for 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Ball game about an hour old. So pretty good pace to this one early on. 2-2 delivery sails outside. Now we go full on Graven. We'll see if Stensland will be in motion at third, or at first. No signs from the third base box, and Coach Casey Klender, the pitch swing and a foul at the plate, so we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Go Hawks scoring 2 runs without the benefit of a base hit in the first inning, but they got the bats going in the second. The pause and the pitch. Rolled to the left side. Dawson Meyer fields on 2 hops. He'll have 1 play, throw to first base. Gets by Marlowe. Runner will move to third. Staying put is Graven at first. Good throw would have had him. And Brandon Hogan is going to get lifted for a pinch hitter. And Brandon didn't throw well tonight, but at the same time, his defense didn't help him out at all. 7 errors tonight, and John Will Jenkins coming into the game. 7-0 Waverly-Shell Rock. We'll tell you about the changes here in a moment.
It's going to be number 8, John Will Jenkins.
John Will Jenkins takes over for Brandon Hogan. Meyer will stay in the game at shortstop, so this is just a straight change. 4 1/3, 7 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned. No walks, 2 hit batters, and 3 strikeouts for Waverly-Shell Rock. John Will Jenkins enters the game. Runners at the corners and 1 down. John Will throws outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes to Dalton Steer, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning and popped to second in the second and singled and scored in the fourth. 1-0 delivery, swinging a foul at the plate. John Will making his 11th appearance. He's 2-3 with 2.65 ERA. Opponents only hitting 156 against him. 1-1 delivery, and that one drops in low for 2 balls and 1 strike. John Will's had a pretty decent season, all things considered. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Runner takes off at first, and Steer smacks one into left field. It'll be a base hit in front of Minks. Stopping at second will be Graven. It's an 8-0 lead for Waverly-Shell Rock. So Steer, with an RBI single, he's on base for the 3rd time. That run charged to Hogan. It'll be an unearned run. And Camry Moore will be the batter. Fouled to the catcher in the first, singled to left to knock in a run in the second, grounded to short in the fourth. And Camry Moore asks for time, and it's granted by home plate umpire Jim Oberman. 8-0 go Hawks, first and second, with 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch goes low. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Graven away from second, away from first is Steer. The pause and the 1-0. Outside it is 2 balls and no strikes to count. The pause, runners take off, pitch goes high, the throw down to third base is in time to get Graven at third. The base umpire was waiting to see if Ryan Thorsten hung on to that ball. He ended up doing so, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. So Steer moves up to third. It's a 3 ball, no strike count on Camry Moore. Or Steer moves up to second, I should say. Graven caught stealing at third by Smith. 3 balls, no strikes with 2 down. The 3-0 delivery. A breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 3-1. And with the retirement of Graven, that will officially close the book on Hogan. 4 1/3, 7 hits, 8 runs, 5 earned, no walks, 2 hit batters, and 3 strikeouts. The pitch grounded toward short field and on a hop there by Dawson Meyer. He'll throw on to first base to retire Moore, and the side is out here in the 5th inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 more Viking errors, and 1 left. We are 5 innings complete. It is Waverly-Shell Rock leading Decorah 8-0.
2 errors. The Go-Hawks with 1 for Decorah, center fielder number
8-0 Waverly-Shell Rock. 2, 3, and 4 due for Decorah here in the 6th inning. Vikings have mustered 4 hits off of Go-Hawk pitching. Tanner Kruger went the first 4. Brady Leonard, a sophomore left-hander, now throwing for his 2nd inning of relief. The pitch to Varney is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Varney sacrificed a runner up in the 1st inning and singled to center in the 3rd. He has 1 of the 4 hits that the Vikings have tonight as Leonard throws inside to the left-hand hitting Varney. Lefty-lefty matchup to start the 6th. It is 2 balls and no strikes to count. The 2-0 outside. 3 balls, no strikes on Varney. Leonard comes set, takes a deep breath, takes a toss into the plate, and it's a 3-0 strike, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1 in the pitch, low for ball 4. So Varney on base for the 2nd time in 3 at-bats. Vikes have gotten their leadoff runner on in 3 of the 6 frames. They've just had trouble getting people over. And With the 0 on the scoreboard, obviously they've had trouble getting people in. Dawson Meyer singled to center in the first, grounded to third in the third. First pitch outside corner for a strike from Leonard. It's no balls and 1 strike. Now if this thing goes 7 and Leonard goes the distance, he would be eligible for a save in this situation. The pause, and Leonard moved to first base, and it's a wild throw up the first base line. Varney hits second base, gets a stop sign there from Coach O. That'll be the second error of the night for the Go-Hawks as Leonard's pickoff throw went errant. No balls and 1 strike to count. A runner at second, and nobody out here in the 6th inning. The pause, the 0-1, ground ball towards third. Charging at third is Steer. He picks it up and throws to first base to retire. The man there moving up to third on a ground ball is Varney. They get there in front of the throw from Burrish. So for the first time tonight, Decorah will have a runner at third base with less than 2 outs. And Jacob Marlowe will be the batter. 8-0 Waverly-Shell Rock, top half of the 6th inning. Marlowe grounded to third in the first and lined out to third in the 4th inning. Leonard comes set, and the pitch to Jake. Curveball in on the hands. It's fouled right side, not a play. No balls and 1 strike. Varney off the bag at third. Steer plays a little bit of attention, not much to him at third. The 0-1 delivery swung on and missed as Marlowe tried to wait back and waited too long, and it's 0-2. Jake was a little frustrated with himself, using his right fist to punch the bat after that one. It's no balls and 2 strikes with 1 down. The pitch swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. The catcher, Destival, throws down to first base to record the putout. Varney stays put at third, and there's 2 down in the inning. And John Will Jenkins will try to get the Vikes on the scoreboard for the first time in 2016 against the Go-Hawks. John Will batting for the first time in this game. He came on in relief of Brandon Hogan in the bottom of the 5th inning. As John Will takes the first one alone in the turf. 1 ball, no strikes. Lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch swung on, sliced towards right center field. It'll land for a base hit. Varney will score, and for the first time in 2016, Decorah scores against Waverly-Shell Rock. Decorah pitchers are now 3 for 3.
First run of the game for Decorah. They get on the board.
In this game as Joe Kanoki will be the runner at first base.
And into bat is going to be number 5, Ian Smith.
And Ian Smith will be the batter. Kanoki will be the runner at first base. The change getting written down in the lineup card of home plate umpire Jim Oberman. And Ian Smith will be the batter. He'll look to keep things going in what is now an 8-1 Waverly-Shell Rock lead here in the 6th. Curveball low in the turf. It skips by Destival, and up to second base will go Joe Kanoki. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Ian Smith. Breaking ball inside for 2 balls, no strikes now. Runner at second is Kanoki, the courtesy runner for John Will Jenkins, who just got an RBI single. As the pitch inside once again, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes. Phillips will be the batter in the on-deck circle, or is the batter in the on-deck circle. A curve for a strike, and we proceed at 3 balls and 1 strike. Leonard ready. 3-1 high, ball 4. Now Trevor Phillips will get a chance. Kanoki at second.
Fielder, number 13,
And
Trevor
Benelli now will run for Smith at first. And Trevor Phillips will be the batter.
Number 19, Andrew Benelli.
Kanoki, the runner, at second. Benelli at first. Phillips is 0 for 2. Flew out to center in the second inning and grounded to first in the fourth. The pause and the pitch swung on and missed as Phillips over the top of a breaking ball. No balls and 1 strike. 8-1 Waverly-Shell Rock as we play the top half of the sixth inning. 0-1 delivery, swung on, sliced towards right field. Coming on is the right fielder Kruger. He will make the catch to retire the side. Vikes get on the board, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It's an 8-1 lead for Waverly-Shell Rock. An 8-1 lead for Waverly-Shell Rock as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Josh Burrish, Jackson Little, and Cole Havlovic to face John Will Jenkins on in relief of Brandon Hogan. As Burrish swings the first one, pops one first base side. Into foul ground goes Marlowe, just onto the outfield grass portion of the field in foul ground. He'll retire his furlough first baseman Burrish, and there's 1 down in the inning. Burrish now 1 for 3. He was also hit by a pitch, and he has 2 RBI. Jackson Little will be the batter. He'll look the first one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Little reached on an error in the first. Flew out to center in the second and had an RBI ground out in the fourth. 8-1 the score. Go Hawks on top as the breaking ball catches the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. Go Hawks trying to remain even with New Hampton in the loss column on top of the conference standings. Pitch goes outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. New Hampton 11-3. Go Hawks 9-3. Owine 7-6. Owine, one of their wins is against Waverly-Shell Rock as Little hits it away. He's deep right field. Retreating is Trevor Phillips. That ball is on the track and 2 hops into the fence. Little hits second base. He's coming to third. Cutoff man not hit. Coach Klunder gives him a stop sign late at third base. They throw behind him at third. And back to the bag diving is Jackson Little. Phillips didn't hit the cutoff man Korsnes. He got to the ball as Little hit third base. Coach Klunder gave him a late stop sign at third. Korsnes threw behind him to Thorsten, but got back to the bag diving. And that's the second triple of the game for the Go Hawks. Cole Havlovic will be the batter as the pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Havlovic has reached on 2 errors and grounded out. 7 errors, the story of the game for Decorah. 0-1, swinging a foul. Right side out of play, it's 0-2. 8-1 Waverly-Shell Rock. They've scored in every inning except the third. They're threatening to do so here. We mentioned 2 triples for the Go Hawks. With the big dimensions in this ballpark, you're bound to have more triples than you would at a normal high school field as the pitch low and in the turf. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Of course, you got the college dimensions here. 340 to left and right field, 360 to the alley, and 380 to center. 1-2 ground ball up the middle. Dawson Meyer to his left will field near the second base bag and throw on to first base to retire Havlovic for the second out of the inning, but Little will score. It's now 9-1 Waverly-Shell Rock.
With 2 outs for the Go
2 down.
Number 8, Tanner Krieger.
And Tanner Krieger will be the batter. 9-1 Waverly-Shell Rock here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Krieger 1 for 3. John Will throws outside to him. 1 ball, no strikes. So now everybody in the Go Hawk lineup has reached base safely at least once. The toss back to John Will was errant, so he had to run it down near the shortstop area. 1-0 the count. As the pitch goes low, it's 2 balls, no strikes. Or rather, 3 balls, no strikes now on Krieger. John Will ready in the 3-0. That is low for ball 4. Krieger a runner at first with 2 down. 1 in here in the 6th inning. And the batter is Hunter Destival. RBI or double. His courtesy runner scored in the 2nd, grounded to the pitcher in the 3rd, and grounded to 3rd in the 5th. A 9-1 advantage for the Go-Hawks. And the pitch outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Pitch high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The runner at first is Krieger. A ground ball to short, and Dawson Meyer, he'll pick it up and throw to first base. And the out recorded there, Destival retired 6-3, but the Go-Hawks add 1 to their total. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. They'll try to close it out next. They lead it 9-1. Brady Leonard trying for the 3-inning save. Tanner Krieger went the first 4. Leonard yielded a run in the 6th inning, but the Go-Hawks offense, with a lot of help from the Viking defense, has helped out a ton tonight. 9-1 Waverly-Shell Rock. They're out hitting Decorah 9-5, and the Vikings embarrassingly out-airing the Go-Hawks by a 7-2 margin.
Leading off hitting number 7 for the Vikings.
Ryan Thorsten, Cole Minks, and Cam Korsness in the 7th inning for Decorah. Thorsten is 0 for 2, a couple of groundouts. Pitch swung on and missed on the first offering of the 7th. It's no balls and 1 strike. Thorsten grounded to 3rd in the 3rd and grounded back to the pitcher in the 5th. Oh-1. Swinging a foul at the plate. And snowballs and 2 strikes on Ryan Thorsten. Oh, 2. Just missed inside on the fastball, high and tight. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Leonard ready, pitch swung on, bounced into left field and a base hit, or looped into left field for a base hit. So Thorsten gets the 6th hit of the night for the Vikings. Vikings have gotten their leadoff runner on in 4 of the 7 frames. They just haven't done a very good job of getting them.
Stepping to the plate, number 9, Andy Wilgraven.
Getting them over or getting them in. And you got to give the Go-Hawks some credit for that as well. Andy Lilligraven will bat here for Cole Minks, who reached on an air and struck out. Andy looking for his first varsity hit. The pitch goes outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Lilligraven 0 for 8 with the stick thus far. The pitch swung on and missed. Good fastball low and away. One ball and 1 strike count. One and 1 the count. Fastball inside, swung on and missed. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Away from first is Thorsten. The 1-2 delivery. Curveball outside corner, strike 3 call. One down in the inning, and the batter is Ryan Thorsten.
First out of the inning for the
Or I'm sorry, Thorsten's at first. Korsness was due, but I think Coach O is going to
be number 19.
Go to his bench, and Andrew Benelli will be the batter now. Benelli walked in the first, grounded to, or I'm sorry, that was Korsness, who was 0 for 2 with a walk on the night. Benelli will bat. He's appeared primarily as a courtesy runner this year. Benelli 0 for 5 with the stick this year. He does have 2 walks. Ground ball to third, picked up there by Steer. Goes to second for 1 out, goes to first for the 2nd out, and that's the ball game. Go Hawks win game number 1 by a 9-1 margin. 9 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, and 8 left for Waverly-Shell Rock. 1 run, 6 hits, 7 errors, and 6 left for Decorah. Tanner Krieger, the winning pitcher. Brady Leonard, the save. And Brandon Hogan, the losing pitchers. The Go Hawks are now 18-8, 10-3 in conference play. And Decorah drops to 14-10 overall and 6-9 in conference play. Game 2 coming up here in about 20 to 30 minutes on Vikings Radio 1240 KDEC Decorah.
Waverly-Shell Rock improves to